Okay. But this is it. It's always good to have debate, just to make sure we are doing the right thing here. So I don't have the motorizer, etc. down here in the rear. Okay. I don't think it's worthwhile moving into this area. And what we'll do then is we'll have these forces actually around Minsk. These guys are far too far from the actual front here to actually be anywhere. I could take those hexes there, but it doesn't really help me in any way. Yeah. Okay. The panzers could be over here. I'm going to have the panzers on the outside, one on the outskirts of Minsk. Or we could move there. We'll move the motorized and then we'll make decisions. But I think what I'm going to do with this motorized division is use it to keep these forces potentially in check here. But then again, I think that's in place. They're not going to go anywhere. There's no rail line they threaten. Right, we'll go this way. Try and take it as deep as we can. Obviously, that'll be ours, and that makes sure they can't get out then. So I'll save again. It seems to actually work really well. We don't seem to have any crashes when we do the all save with a Q, which is interesting. Maybe we're just being quite fortunate today. Who knows? Okay. I don't think it's much worthwhile moving beyond here. They are starting fortifications. They'll have fortifications here, but that doesn't really matter. So I think what we'll do is we'll have the panzer forces move up around Minsk, really. The issue is we don't have that much. Like, we can get there, but to get to the south of Mogilev, it's not really worthwhile. Being able to move this way is fine, but I need enough to get around here. Yeah, no, right, that sounds about right, doesn't it? It's nice to actually see some new names here, actually. I mean, not new names as such, like I do see you guys every now and then. But I've definitely noticed I do have a crowd that prefers one of the Pacific, and I do have a crowd that prefers one of the East. I mean, obviously, Garrisoning fans do like both games, but people definitely have, like, a preference. That's probably because, obviously, with the play-by-emails, they are far more interested in. Which I'll be doing something like that in the future, really. Soviet crush. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll attempt to go through it when we actually get the opportunity. Oh yeah, that's fine, that's fine. I thought you were talking about, like, do it now. Do it. Yeah, more rails. Obviously nice. Right, what I'm going to do then is actually have you guys assigned to this core command over here. That makes far more sense. Allows these cores to actually look after themselves a little bit better often. Well, a little bit better then. Oh, you command the, Oh, I do have Deutschland over here. Okay. I can have Deutschland actually sit on top of the regiment to make sure it's fine. Okay. We do have Das Reich over here. Or Das Reich, that could obviously move up. I'll have that shifted up to protect this headquarters. Okay. So we'll have Großdeutschland sit on top of the other headquarters and make sure that's okay. I could do with something there, but in fairness, what I can do here then is I do have the actual division here to look after that, which is brutal. Not worthwhile. So have Das Reich side there. Okay. Do you plan to leave small holes in your defenses during the winter, like you did in the last one of these scenarios? Yeah, that was fun. Well, to be honest, it's one of those of where you really want to try and steer where the attacks come if you can. It'll be an interesting one, really. We'll have to see how the situation looks when we actually get there, really. What the hell are you under? Oh, okay. Oh, you can't have that. I'll have you transferred to another core. Oh, not so much that one. Yeah, we need to take a look at the cores and really make sure they're being fully utilized. Well, ideally we have a few cities to take advantage of when the winter comes. Okay. We got Minsk earlier. We got that this turn. So do another auto save here. Okay. We'll try to organize the cores and keep them really together as best we can. Yeah, it's nice having that. They abandoned it for us, but actually they went for a strange move. Like rather than, I mean, these units aren't nothing as well, which is interesting. And that's like 2 rifle divisions and an NKVD border regiment that is like hopelessly behind the front line now. And there's some real depth to that, like real significant depth. So they're not getting out of that. Okay, that should leave me now. Yeah, this core is empty, which is good. So that gives me the ability to look after these cores over here at the front, no problema. And, yeah, that's looking awesome. So... Right. Well, ideally we can have them function as some volunteers. That'd be preferable in the logistical system. See, to be honest, I do have these guys here. I might as well just have them transferred to, like, 1 core command, to be honest. Can't regret transferring them to that core, to be honest, because that's got significantly less support there. I'll leave it as is for the time being, and then I'll have them transferred, so I can actually have them put under 1 core. But it would be nice to have, like, a free core that could be potentially sent elsewhere, then. Oh, right, here we go. Have you put under that core, then? Okay. Right, so we're looking alright there. I don't have that many administration points left. Yeah, that's it exactly. It'll be a very different burden when it comes to actually moving the airfields. But it'll be a much more intuitive one, which is nice. So I think we're kind of at the end point over here, Ben, regarding center and north. We've moved things pretty much as they need to be. Ah, shit, I didn't mean to move that. Fucking hell, that moved quite far. Yeah, there are some headquarters that do need to be shifted. Be nice to have something on that, just make sure it's safe. I know it's not fully garrisoned in the city here, but I'd like to make sure. I do actually need to go ahead and garrison said city now that I think about it. That's a bit of an oversight. Have you shift in here, then make sure we have it garrisoned. There's like a small problem, but what I can do then is shift you there. There we go. Yeah, so we have that garrison then. That'll be dealt with. These guys have moved significantly, well, too terribly far. You get partisans, I think it is, or something like that. I think that's generally just there. Yeah, congratulations, 4th Panzer Division. You have earned the right to garrison duty for this turn. I'm sure they're not gonna be too displeased, I guess. Ah, there we go. Lends a portion of its manpower production past that news. There we go. Which is not a good thing. Obviously, I do need to garrison Blastotos properly. But we should be able to manage that. In fairness, I've got other security divisions I can move out that way, no problem. I still have the guys over here, but I might just shift them up via rail. Or in fairness, I might have them actually given to the north. Brigades obviously don't project vents under control, as others do, really. Right, Hungarians are not yet active. I do have that rail line I do need to shift. Okay. Do have you now freed up? Yeah, that's true. Right, so we'll go about the process of dissolving this pocket. If it can't be done with a hasty attack, it's not worthwhile doing it. They do have some depth here, so they are going to be likely to retreat. Yeah, those aren't worthwhile attacking. I don't think that's really worthwhile attacking right now, really. I could take it, but it's like... Is it worth that cost? Not particularly. I think we'll probably deal with the pockets afterwards, actually. Well, that's true. But it's one of those of, well, is it worth the men lost? Jesus Christ, if you had the exact number, good luck with that. The truth is, obviously, due to the fact that the Germans had, well, what is the name now? The actual army restricted down to, what is it, 100 odd thousand, what is the Reichswehr? I can't remember exactly what it was. But for a good few years, you didn't have men being trained, obviously, like, you know, with the, what do you call it now? Reservists. So, you don't have this core reservists that the Soviets do. I think the Soviets had something like a 20 million so pool of reservists, actually, that had undergone training. I can't exactly remember which one it is. I think I read it in Chris Bellamy's Absolute War, but I'd have to go ahead and double check on that. It might have been in, like, one of the David Glantz books. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've read any of those books, so, like, don't take me, like, entirely seriously. Oh, by the way, I was looking at a game here, by the way, like an actual board game earlier on. I think there's like a vassal module available of this. This one is TKC Games, I think it is, but Barbarossa. And I was like blown away by the price. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. I think you can get like a vassal module for free, so I'm going to probably take a look at that. I just like to look at the actual maps, but we have here, let's see. Yeah, crazy. £520 for like the full thing is absolutely insane. I like the detail, so I'm going to see if I can actually find like a vassal module of it. But it looks pretty cool. But I mean, with this one here, 20 superb maps, 18 with 50 miles per hex, 2 at 25 miles to an hex, 7,840 excellent counters. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? There you go, TSWW. Is that the one you and me? Over the course of our lifetime. I'm going to take a look and see if there's actually a vassal module available for that. I'd like to do more board game stuff because there's not... As you see, you can kind of get sometimes... Well, sometimes you can actually get a level of detail that you don't get in video games, which is pretty cool. Ah, interesting. Okay. Right, so now comes down to the complex part of deciding where we go next. You kind of have to be guided by the rail lines here. It's essentially like having a different thinking cap on each time. So we have a northern thinking camp over here. We have an army group north thinking camp. We have an army group center thinking camp. And then we have to have like an army group south thinking cap. And army group south is a very interesting one. You do have a lot to manage. It's a very large front there. Oh, I think the Romanians are unfrozen now. Yeah, the Romanians are good to go. We just need to take a look at where we can go with them, really. See, what we'll have to look towards doing then is probably using German... I mean, it might be a case of having German regiments fight alongside Romanian divisions there, just try and boost the amount of guns they have. It does make me wonder what we could do to try and stiffen them. The Romanians do work pretty damn well for garrison duty, so due to the sheer size of them, really. Which is pretty nice. In south, you intend to divide the forces as southern flank from mainly aiming at Odessa and Crimea, while northern flank aiming Kiev and Kharkov and turn it to Rostov. Well, this is it, and I do lean towards this one actually more. The reason being, you can generally support this more than you can. Well, I mean, of course you can support Kiev, but Kiev comes naturally. If you bypass it, they will give, essentially. A shitload over here, which is obviously brilliant. But I think what we'd be looking towards doing then is trying to bypass it if we can. If we move all the way down here, then we could just try and... I think we're trying to make Kharkov the actual objective here in the south, perhaps. I think we tried to do that. If we can try and take away any production, that's pretty good. Yeah, in one time. We can teleport over there. So the difficulty over here comes down to the fact we had all these panzer divisions, but yeah, we're quite fortunate to actually make it over there. What I need to do is I need to have like an army or a corps. An army would probably be required to clean that pocket up in any quick length of time, short length of time. Yeah, this is it. AGS has a lot of areas to cover, which in fairness I think is why they're also going to get second army, but I might actually give them the reinforcements when they do become available, really. It's just, yeah, of course you just have so much to cover there. Right. So how do you think, how do you guys think we should go about this then? Do we actually want to go ahead and look at liquidating the pockets first and foremost? Or do we want to choose a position to advance? I can ignore this because there's going to be, let's see, do we have the fortifications? Yes, they have fortifications over here. They have less fortifications here in the center. We do have Venezia, however you want to pronounce that, in the center here. So we do have two cities over here that do have some supply of fuel. Kirovgrad, however you want to pronounce that, has something there to work with. Liquidate first, in my opinion. Yeah, the infantry spawn. I mean, this is it. We don't have to push as hard or as quickly in the south, per se. We should really just focus on liquidating here. I suppose this is it. In reality, we don't want to be going towards... I mean, like, Kharkov's going to be the actual objective, but in reality, the objective is going to be to surround and destroy the Soviet forces in the south, actually. So what we might want to do then is try and pin them against the coast over here. That's not a bad idea, but we want to try and pin them out in an area where they can't do anything. So in fairness, we do have these forces over here that I can actually pin and destroy. Like, I can get around them quite nicely, which is really nice. Okay. So I think that's a good way to go for it. We can go ahead and turn this area into a cauldron. These forces over here as well. But I mean, there's like one, so Ichi, Ni, San, Shi or Yon, Go, Roku, fuck it, Nana, Hachi, Q, and then fuck it, Jew. Okay. Well, that's it, isn't it, really? We do have the benefit of actually having a Panzer core over here that's actually fresh and can be shifted up to the front. We need to get the rail lines moving, but we do have infantry that can allow that. I think what we'll do then is we surround these guys here. We do actually have the benefit of the infantry here to allow that. So we have our plan in place then. We've got the thinking cap on. Right, now it comes down to what forces to use here. That can be dealt with. Yeah, that'll retreat, yep. Okay. I'll try to clear these units if I can. Yep, there you go. Gives me a little bit more room to move over here. Okay, we'll leave that hex. It would have been nice to have taken that hex. Oh, I can actually. I'll take that hex. I'd rather have a hex because then I don't have to move around it, man. So go ahead and save it there quickly. You know, it's quite funny actually. Is like actually having something to actually remind you of the passage of time. Like I can see out my window here the moon. I don't think it's quite a full moon, but it's not far off. I don't know what you bloody called it. But it's quite funny actually because I've been able to see the moon move from like one pane of glass to the other now and to the other now. You have one more turn of fuel in your panzers. Use it. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We do have panzers that actually will allow us to do a few things. These guys are more limited in what they can actually accomplish due to this, but I could probably manage this with some infantry and maybe one of the panzer divisions perhaps. We'll see. Consolidation is probably going to be the name of the game here. Yeah, like that allows us to do that. So I'm going to use one panzer division then to actually achieve something like that. Infantry, yeah. So we'll go with that with the infantry. Right, so I do have some forces here. Essentially what I want to do then is free up the 6th Army. So I'm going to use elements of the 17th Army then to cover this. Okay, that's always a nasty position there. And the main railroads, that's a good question. Yeah, you're right there, Marauder. You sexy Polish motherfucker. Marauder, by the way, go ahead and check out his channel. So that is Marauder PL on YouTube. Go ahead and check that out. Good player. Definitely a better player at one of these than I am. He actually takes the time to read the manual, I'm told. As for rail lines, yeah, that's going to be the question there. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Right, now we will have a second rail line group down here shortly. What we're going to be looking at doing then is, whereabouts are they? It's about here. What we'll look towards doing then, because we need one rail line for the south and one for the centre. I think the best idea is... And linking up to the desk is not too bad. But really what we want to go ahead and do then is have them shift like that, and then something like that. The other one will be aimed at going like that. So I don't know, is it worthwhile doing that? Maybe not. Don't read the manuals out dead. Yeah, that's like pretty much like most Henry Grisby games. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is it. I think go like that one with that one. We might even have the Romanian FBD go down there towards like Odessa, which is not too bad. It's probably a better idea to do that, because then, well, I don't know. The rail lines don't work particularly well. But saying that. Also it's in check. Cool. But then again, no, if I do go like that, at least I can go this way, whilst this rail line concentrates this way. So yeah, it does make sense to go there. That area is going to be particularly well supplied, but at least we get a little bit of depth there and able to move across the rail lines, which is not a bad thing. But that's going to come next time. We're going to let you guys actually have a think about that, and we'll go from there. We've had a good hour and a half here. Been pretty good. We've made some solid progress. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm sure you guys are as well. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay. Yeah, we'll take it from there. I do hope you guys enjoyed my little panzers. They are 3mm scale. I'm going to be doing some videos about them in the near future, actually. The actual rule set I'm going to be using is going to be an interesting one here. Let me see. I'll show you guys before I do bugger off. God, I can't type shit. Okay, so that's the one I'm going to be using for the 3mm stuff. It's a very old game. I think it's from 1995, so I'm exactly the same age as this rule set, which is pretty fun. So it's probably like a like a coming of age moment. But that's the one I'm going to be using. But I'm also going to be using another older set actually. But I need to see if there's any other competent rule sets for that sort of scale. Let me find it. The other one's even older. The actual designer died, unfortunately. But yeah, this is the other one I'm going to be using. This one's pretty cool. It gives you some really interesting stuff, but it's really good how it actually uses aircraft and stuff. So I'm going to be looking probably at different war games out there. I do have Fistful of Toes as well, which I'm going to need to look at. I've got all these war games, but I have nobody to play with other than Richard. Do go ahead and check out Richard York's channel as well. But I'd like to do more board game stuff and war game stuff. We'll take it from there. So, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been always fun. When you're streaming again, I can hear the start. Well, that's it. I never know exactly when I'm going to be streaming, really. I don't have a schedule, mostly because I'm just too bloody busy. It's like I've always got something that I need to stream. Like with One of the West, I'm going to have... Well, One of the West needs to be done. That might be next. But I should have a Dadman time, possibly back even tonight. So I'm always busy. Always so busy. Until next time, thank you for watching. Iceycrome. Jane, sayonara. See you in the future, guys. Have a good one. Thanks, Op. I try. I'm not very good at these games, but I do try. Until next time, goodbye for now.